Hello everybody, it's Gypsy Wolf. Thank you for joining me yet again. I hope it's quiet enough. You might hear some thunder and whatnot and rumbling in the background. We're having a storm here right now. I tried waiting it out, but I'm getting a bit tired and I wanted to record this video for you. Okay, so this is not one of my white and fluffy spells at all. This is one of the juicy ones. This spell is to make a man flaccid and keep him that way. Alright? Like he won't be able to perform, so to speak. And I like using this type of spell for rapists, child molesters, things like that. Or, you know, your other circumstances. Maybe, you know, you're married or in a serious relationship and you find out that this guy has been running around on you and not being protected, and you know, you're done and you want to get back at him for what he's done to you. Now, this is not to say that women don't do equally horrendous things. They do. This is just the spell I know how to do. For when a man does that, I can do one for when women do that as well, okay? But we're going to start with this one, okay? All right, again, my name is Gypsy Wolf. Thank you so much for joining me. My channel is all things witchcraft. So if you want to learn about that, learn more about it, I would encourage you to hit the subscribe button so that way you can be notified every time I come out with more content and you can join this amazing little witchy community because we have a lot of fun here. Also, I want to put out there that I am going to be doing a giveaway. Whoop, whoop. Who doesn't love free stuff? I do. If it's free, it's me. I know, I'm so corny, whatever. So something happened with my subscriber list. I had over 2,000 subscribers and overnight 800 of them went away. YouTube did something, I don't know. So anyway, when we get back to 1,500 subscribers, I'm going to be doing an awesome Samhain/Halloween giveaway. So in order to be entered into that, you need to like, comment, and be subscribed to my channel. Once we get to that, when we get to 2,000 subscribers, you need to, again, be subscribed, like, comment on these videos that I'm mentioning it, and you will be entered to win, and that one's going to be a huge giveaway, like, huge. Okay, so let's get into the spell on how to take a guy down that is a player or a molester or a rapist, whatever. We're gonna fuck his shit up. Excuse my language, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fuck his shit up, okay? I'm gonna put on some gloves before I start here because we're using some not so pleasant things. Okay, and I'm gonna show you what you're gonna need, all that good stuff. There are quite a few things that you're going to need for this spell. However, they're all very easily obtained, very cheap. You should have them all in your house, in your, you know, cupboard, things like that. One thing you might not have in your cupboard, obviously, a black chime or tea light candle. So what you want to do with this, to start out, give me a second, where's my little, you know what, I'll just use my knife. So for the black candle, here's where we're going to start. We are going to inscribe the name of the person that we want to, you know, take away their male potency, so to speak. Now, I don't have anybody to do this on, thank goodness. So I'm just going to make up a name. We'll just say John Doe. All right, so we're going to inscribe it. John, we'll make up a middle name. Stephen. And we're going to do it with a PH. That's the right way to spell it. John Stephen Doe. Oh, sorry. Oh, I don't know if you guys... Okay, I'm actually writing somebody's name on this, so maybe that's what happened there. Oops. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this spell on anybody. Okay then. Whoops. Yeah, it's weird for us to have storms this time of year. Okay then. Alright, so I've got the name, John Smith Doe, and I'm going to be putting the birth date. So we're going to say September 11. I don't say 1911. I probably should have done this off camera to save a little bit of time. Sorry, guys. Okay, so cleanse your candle like I always tell you to do. Okay, Palo Santo, sage, Florida water, whatever you want to use. And then we're going to put it in, we're going to light it and put it in our little candle holder. You'll see why. I kind of like doing magic when there's a storm outside. It makes me feel extra witchy. It's fun. Alright, see if you can see this here. And then we're going to light the candle. Okay, and we're going to leave that to the side for right now. Okay. I don't have a lot of room here, so I'm going to do my best. Now, the ingredients that you're going to need. You are going to need, obviously, a fruit or a vegetable. Gosh, can you hear that, guys? I'm so sorry. That represents the male member. So I'm using banana. You could use cucumber, or you could use an eggplant, something like that. Okay? I'm just using banana because that's what I have. Normally I would use a cucumber because bananas are sweet. So for this kind of spell, I might not want to use something so sweet, but I'll make it work. Don't worry. Okay, the next things that you are going to need. You're going to need some cayenne pepper, black pepper, chili powder, one of my favorites to work with in this type of magic, red pepper flakes. Okay, one thing, you don't have to have it, I really, really recommend it, because it is easy to obtain, is some type of very spicy, like, barbecue sauce or whatever. This one, I like this because of the name, especially. It's called Devil's Duel. It's a habanero hot pepper sauce. See that there? Okay. Again, this is not necessary, but I would recommend it, is some sulfur powder. Apparently the universe agrees. Sulfur is great because, I mean, obviously, you know, all these ingredients are to, like, heat things up, make it uncomfortable for this person, right? Sulfur is just really good for cursing people, messing them up. Alright, I'm going to use a little bit of graveyard dirt. I don't want to use too much of this because this is from a special grave, and I'm not actually doing this on someone necessarily, so I don't want to use too much and use the spirit's energy too much. So, a little bit of graveyard dirt. If you don't have that, that's okay. Not the end of the world. But if you do have it, incorporate it. Then, the next botanical that I would highly recommend, if you can get your hands on it. Now, you can do one or the other. You can use good old hops flowers, okay? This is for people that are under 21 and cannot get alcoholic beverages. But if you can't get your hands on hops flowers or time or whatever, you can just use beer, okay? Think about it. When a man drinks too much beer, what happens? He can't perform, right? And hops is the main ingredient in beer. Well, one of the main ingredients in beers. It's one of the things that, calms the body down. So that's why I wanted to use that. Then I'm going to also be using some broken glass. If you don't have like regular broken glass, you can just take like a little handheld mirror and smash that up, like one from the Dollar Tree. And then the last two things that you will need, anywhere from 3 to 9 rusty nails, and some black thread, and then something to cut the thread with, okay? Alright. Are we losing power? I don't know. Oh, and then last but not least, a piece of paper, brown paper bag or white paper, no lines or machine cut edges, a pen that's black, and then if you can also get a red pen too, that's great. Mine, oh my gosh, guys, I can't focus, I'm so sorry. Mine is one of those little nifty ones that has all the different color inks on it, so I'm going to be using black and red. If you can do both, that's great. You're going to need a knife to slice the member with. And what else? The last very thing. Matches or a lighter. Alright guys, should I shut that window? I feel like it's so loud and I'm going to be really mad if I do this whole spell and you guys can't hear me. Okay. So, here's how we are going to F up a dude so he can't get it anymore. Like I said, you have to make sure that you are done with this guy before you do the spell, okay? Don't do this spell if you think, oh, well, maybe you just won't be able to get it for somebody else. If I do this spell, you have to be done with him, alright? Or if he's hurt a friend of yours, or, heaven forbid, a family member, whatever. Alright, so enough rambling. So we're going to take, your banana, whatever, and we are going to cut a slit. We don't want to go all the way through. We just want to go about halfway through with a knife. And I like using the banana because it's soft and malleable. And I'm going to open it up a little bit. This is messy. This is why I'm wearing gloves. And plus, I'm going to be using, some pretty hot ingredients. Okay, so, let's see right there, okay? Alright, so I'm going to start with the hot ingredients. I'm actually going to start with the hot sauce. This is where I want to start. This stuff, keep your nose away. Just keep your nose away. We're going to pour some in there, and as you're pouring it, you're thinking about the pain you're bringing to his member. Anytime he thinks about, doing anything you don't want him to do with that member. Yes, that was, whew. Yeah. This member is not going to work anymore. Nope. Not going to work. Alright, I like to start with the liquid ingredient, so I added that. Now, I'm going to put that to the side just for a moment. And, guys, you're going to have to forgive me. Give me 1 second. I need to get a name paper. 1 second. I apologize, guys. I was not prepared for this, and I get distracted easily by storms. I can't help myself. Okay. So what you will do is write your target's name and their date of birth 3 times. 1, 2, 3 in black. So I'm going to do that for the actual target. Just give me 1 moment here. Alright, so I'm just going to pretend. Alright, just give me 1 second. Because I do actually have a client that I've been working for, and I know that this would probably help them out, so I might as well just give it a go as a little booster. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. Going as fast as I can. And their third time, write the name. I hope this video is not too long and boring. I apologize. But I'm caught a little bit off guard with this storm, and the energy is just like very strong, so it's kind of like freaking me out a little bit. Okay, so I put their name and date of birth 3 times going down. Now, and that was in black ink. Now with red ink, if you have it, if you don't, it's not the end of the world. You can just use black again. I'm going to turn the petition paper 1 time to my right. Okay, because we're not removing this person. We're trying to bring in impotence. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so I'm going, you just write whatever you want to write. Write, you are flaccid. You no longer perform as a man. You cannot satisfy oh God, your partner. You are not a real man. Oh, what else would kill a guy? I'm feeling that, right? Okay. So we take that paper. I'm going to wave it over the flame of this black candle. You don't have to do that. I just feel like it's right. And I am going to fold it once. And it doesn't matter if you fold it in, fold it out, guys. Don't ask, it's not that important. But I'm just going to fold it a total of 3 times. Okay? And I'm going to stuff it inside of the banana. There we go. If you have a picture of them, that's great. You can do that too. You know, write their name and the petition on that. It's great. Okay. Awesome. Next, we are going to add some of the cayenne pepper. As we add it, we are thinking about how this is going. Oh, it's going to burn. Every time they try to take a piss, it's going to hurt. Anytime they try to make love to a woman, not going to work. Not going to work. You messed up, dude. You messed up. Or if you hurt women, you hurt them without the, you know, take them without their consent. Oh, God. I'm going to F you up if that's what happened. Okay, yeah, that's the black pepper there. Woo. So as you're adding these things, you're just thinking about how their member is going to burn. Burn anytime they even think about sexual things. All right, now we're adding chili powder. Yeah, buddy. This is no joke. Oh, God. Yeah. It's strong. Very, very strong. Alright. some red crushed pepper. Add that as well. Same thing for heat. How dare you hurt women the way you do. We are not objects. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay. Now, gonna add a little bit of sulfur. A little spoon. Like I said, this one's optional, but I like to add it. Brimstone, sulfur, you know, whatever you want to call it. Just gonna add a little bit of that. Just somebody this bad, like, you know, they cheat on you, they molest you, just rape you or whatever. This is a spell that you want to do to get back at them. And you will. This will work. I promise you. I promise you. I've done it. Okay. Now, a little bit of graveyard dirt. This is to end the life of their member. Done. Completely done. You can no longer use your penis. You've used it in the wrong way so many times. And it's time for it to stop. You no longer have use over your penis anymore. I have full control, and I say that it no longer works. It can no longer do its job. You can no longer function as a real man. No longer. You no longer function as a real man. You, born on, no longer function as a real man. I gave you chance after chance. Alright, now, be very careful. I'm going to be using just a little bit of glass. I know this video is going pretty long, guys, and I apologize for that. But I want to show you how to do it the right way. Alright, so I'm doing 3 little pieces of glass. So that was 1, 2, because we're piercing his member, and 3. Beautiful. Next. One second, I need some of my water. Oof. Like I said, this is going to be a bit of a long video. Oh, we need our hops. I'm sorry. Like I said, okay, so the hops, you can use this or beer, one or the other. You know what happens to men when they drink too much beer? They can't get it up. So we're just going to put a little bit in there. Just a little bit, nothing crazy. This is just to ensure they definitely can't get it up. Okay. Alrighty. If you have any questions about any of these ingredients, please let me know. Okay, now, you can add things such as dark arts oil, if you would like. I'm not going that far. I just don't feel it's necessary because I feel like I'm adding enough. Now, we are going to start binding this. All right? And because of the type of spell, it really doesn't matter if you're binding away or towards, because, you know, I would say bind away, I suppose. You know, we don't want him anywhere near us. So I'm just making a knot at the very top. If you can see that, I don't know. I hope so. All right. Let me just remove this. Here we go. All right, and I'm going to start binding this member. I bind you from being able to get hard. I bind you from being able to give pleasure to any woman or any man, even to yourself. You will no longer be able to feel the pleasure of sex. You will no longer be able to feel the pleasure of sex. You will no longer be able to feel the pleasure of being with a woman or a man or yourself. Nothing will work to make you feel excited anymore. It will feel painful every time that you try, and you will eventually just give up. You know that this is not worth it. You just give up, and for the rest of your days, you just stop. It's over. I have bound you. I have bound you. You no longer feel pleasure with anyone, not yourself and not another. Okay. Tie that. Here to the top. Give me a moment. It's a little bit messy, guys. That's what spell work is. At times, it's messy. All right. Now, here's what we have. And an itchy nose. All right, but we have this black candle that we lit in the beginning, correct? Right. With the name of the person that we are binding inscribed on it. So, we are going to start to drip the wax onto this. And take your time. This is not a quick spell. None of my spells are very quick. I hate to say. I wish they were, but they're not. Real spells aren't. You have to take your time. You know, you just want to drip the wax along where the slit is that you cut. And you're binding it. You're binding this spell to this son of a bitch. And it's my personal opinion that you continue to do this until this candle is pretty much out. But you don't have to do that. That's what I personally like to do. But I'm just showing you you know, the bare minimum here. Now, when you're done, you want to make sure that you cleanse yourself. Okay, take a cleansing bath, all that good stuff. Even if it's just basic salt in your bathtub, perfectly fine. You want to take your spell remains, and you want to take them to a cemetery and bury it. Okay? A crossroads works too, but I would highly, highly, highly recommend a cemetery. Not at a grave. Not at a grave. But at a cemetery, make sure that you do your research on how to enter a cemetery with reverence and respect. And I'm going to bury it there. And I promise you, this jerk off, excuse my language again, his dick will not get hard again. And if it does, it's going to go limp like that. Alright, guys. That's my spell for today. Like I said, I know it was long, but I think a lot of people needed it. In my gut, in my instincts, I felt like there were some people that needed this spell. And for anybody that's being molested, raped, whatever, take your power back. You've got this. Take it back. Give it a spell. If you have any questions, please email me at magicalgypsywolf@gmail.com. Okay? And again, basic questions, you can just leave them in the comments down below. I love each and every one of you, and thank you so much for joining me tonight. Blessed be.